Course in Miracles talks a great deal about suffering and pain, and I feel we could spend this afternoon talking about that. And specifically, what I want to address is a situation that confronts almost everybody at some point in their lives. In fact, I would say everybody at some point in their lives. And that is not so much how they deal with the suffering in the world or how they deal with their own particular suffering or distress, but how they deal with the distress of loved ones. When people in one's family, circle of friends, colleagues at work, people whom we love, whom we care about, who in one way or another we are dependent on. What happens when these people become ill? What happens when these people become catastrophically ill? What happens when these people eventually die? How do we deal with this? How do we deal with our anxiety? How do I deal with our resentment? How do we deal with our fear? How do we deal with the idea of what's going to happen to me if this person is incapacitated? What happens to me if this person dies? How do we deal with illness? How do we deal with our anxiety? How do we, as Course in Miracles students, knowing that the cause of our distress is only and solely within our decision-making minds, how do we deal nonetheless with what is a very human and seemingly natural emotion to be anxious, to be upset when, again, a loved one has an illness, when a loved one is about to undergo a procedure and we're not sure how it will end up, something that could be potentially life-threatening or something which ends up to be relatively insignificant. How do we deal with this? And here, as in every other place in the Course, the solution ends up to be quite simple. What makes it difficult is the ego reactions that we bring to it, and that we then become much too tolerant of. And there's always a fine line that we have to walk with this Course, and that is that we certainly do not want to deny what our experiences are. We're told early on in the text that to deny our physical experiences in this world is a particularly unworthy form of denial, which is Jesus' nice way of saying, don't deny what you're experiencing. Yes, it's all an illusion. Yes, the body is not real. Yes, there's nobody out there. But don't deny what you are feeling, because if you deny what you're feeling, you would never be able to get to the mind that is the ultimate source of these bodily feelings, whether they're physical experiences or the psychological ones. So that we have to be able to feel something in order to then move beyond the feeling to its ultimate cause, which is always the mind's decision to be with the ego instead of the Holy Spirit. And so we don't want to deny our feelings. At the same time, we don't want to indulge them. That's the fine line. That you want to stay with the feelings long enough that you're able to identify them, number one, and then number two, be able to identify their source. So we're told at the beginning of chapter 21 that the world we see, which means the world we experience, the world that we believe is impinging on us and causing us to have certain feelings, the world we see is an outside picture of an inward condition. So the point of any feeling, no matter how justified it would be from the point of view of the world, of any feeling, any reaction at all on a bodily level, by which we also mean emotional level, is to cause our attention to first be rooted outside, so that our inner teacher, which we now choose, guides us back through the pathway of the miracle to understand that the world we experience, once again, is an outside picture of an inward condition. And the inward condition is the mind's decision-making power. It's the mind's decision to be an ego that is the cause of our distress. Okay? So again, we don't want to deny what our anxiety is, but we also don't want to indulge it. Again, we don't want to be tolerant of our mind wanderings. When Jesus tells us that we're passively condoning our mind's miscreations, he's talking about what the ego has done with the world and with our body, giving it power to affect us. So if you truly want to be helpful to your loved one, you have to do a number of things. You first have to really be clear about what you're feeling in the face of a loved one's sickness, illness, surgery, and ultimate death. That you want to be true to what you're feeling, in the sense of not denying it or pushing it away or doing a Course in Miracles number on it. By which I mean just denying it under this kind of veil of metaphysics, say, well, it's all an illusion anyway. But so that's the first step. Excuse me. Then as serious students of this Course, that we want to see the situation as an opportunity for us to take these bodily feelings and reactions and use them to go back to the mind and choose again. So if I truly want to be of help to a loved one who is suffering, I want to be an example. I want to be a demonstration of someone who could be peaceful regardless of what's happening to the body. So that I do this not only for my peace of mind, but for the peace of mind of this person that I love, that I care about. That it's not only their body that I care about, that I want to be healthy and to live. I really, if I'm really being true to myself and my own spiritual path, I want to also love their mind and be concerned with their mind, that their mind make another choice. So I want to be an example for them. I want to make it about them by making it about me, in the sense that I want to realize this is an opportunity for me to learn the lesson that I can be peaceful regardless of what goes on in the world. And to the extent that I can learn that, to that extent, I could teach it, or even better, let the Holy Spirit's love teach through me, through my demonstration of someone who, in the face of potential calamity, can still be peaceful. So I change this from an event that is occurring to the body of my loved one to now an event that is an opportunity for his or her mind to be healed as well as mine. So by shifting teachers, we're really talking about a shift in how we perceive what seems to be outside, allowing ourselves to be led back by our teacher to what is inside, and to truly not only look at the problem, but then make a decision to solve the problem by choosing again.